Hello, my fellow Americans, and thank you for joining me for one more day of peace and freedom here in the United States of America. What I write today is what I personally see. The following is expressly my own opinion. I earnestly tell you I have not wanted to write this piece. I have given much thought on why not to write about the President's attempt at dominance. Yet what has outweighed my personal questioning is the importance of challenging the attempt of an omnipotent president hurling himself upon the American populace. Our grave danger today is not the media and politics, but politics in the media. The presidency extending dominance over areas outside of politics usurps their function, tyrannically liquidating anyone who is opposed to the ideology of the presidency. This is what I continue to witness. Debate is the life force of freedom and democracy. It is dictators who do not want debate or want to be challenged. They do not want any secular propaganda that would affect their influence over the masses. This is what I continue to see as the president mocks a questioning media and society. And again, this is strictly my opinion. He seems to be propelling himself before the American citizens as someone who should not be subject to the inquiry of the American public. The president continues to bring to the forefront the idea that he is always being persecuted by the media, not wisely encountering the so-called lies and persecution with presidential wit and intellectual charm. Instead, he rides roughshod over anyone who challenges his ideas, what he says, or what he intends to do, deliberately extending dominance over those who are American citizens outside the political arena. It is an attempt at superimposing control over the public by ridicule and mimicry. This is, in my estimation, an obtrusive thrust at conflict in the disguise of political welfare. We all have heard the famous words, "Ye shall know them by their fruits." I see a possible, deep-seated danger in the president's behavior. It is clear-cut tyrannical power using politics to politicize the activities of any social interest outside the presidency, mainly the media and the freedom of the press, which is the main source of information for the American populace. If you will, it is an attempt at shadow banning the press through personal conflict. When it becomes personal and no longer presidential, it then becomes dictatorial and tyrannical. If it becomes presidential and personal, then it becomes a tyrannical dictatorial presidency seeking dominance and control. This, in my estimation, is the grave danger we are slowly becoming subject to. A tyrannical presidency wanting or subjugating the American populace to a uniformity, invading the right of every citizen to speak their mind in a free society. No one seems to understand in the president's administration that the world made war against Hitler because of his usurpation of freedom. Temporal rulers have always had hostile intent, encroaching upon citizens of freedom. Today we are witnessing the same problem in this presidency. The invasion of the freedom of choice, human rights, freedom of the press, and the freedom to pursue one's own destiny by the political. There is something alarming in the scriptures concerning the freedom of speech and our Lord, how he died. It is written, he suffered under Pontius Pilate. The end of his freedom of speech, his death and persecution, was under Pontius Pilate, which was the power of an omnipotent state. Yet Christ was innocent and suffered crucifixion because of the state, not the freedom of speech. If our right to speak our minds erodes through tyranny or fades because of the power of the state, then we shall find ourselves crucified on the same cross of denial. We shall no longer be free men and women, but pawns in the hands of a tyrannical dictatorial government, or in our case today, a tyrannical dictatorial presidency. This president, in my opinion, is attempting to deny our right to speak our minds, our right to debate, our right to challenge the powers that be, the freedom of speech and the freedom of the press. I see the president as a possessive man who thinks his way is the only philosophy we should follow. It is a slave morality, which will eventually lead to disease and disintegration of the country. We already are witnessing shades of this in our society. The country is divided, not united. There is no compromise, no negotiation, just my way or the highway. When indeed a presidency should be leading a country to godhood, if I may, a place where time is not, where all can unite and change the world around us, where we have no effort in helping our neighbor and evolve to a place where our energy is projected to building our country without limitations. My attempt here today is to try and explain and understand, in my view, the impoverishment of the current presidency, the dangers it holds and has attempted to enforce. I am just a voice, but I truly hope those that listen or read will become the actors. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.